And for anybody that still complains about the whitest kid you know, remember you can watch all these episodes for free on YouTube. On YouTube.
And YouTube?
Yeah.
Cool.
Every episode's on there.
By the way, Tubi's raised their fucking, they haven't raised their prices because it's free, right?
Yeah.
They sure raised their commercials.
Yeah, they do.
It's like 6 out of 6 now. I'm like, God damn.
And each one's like almost 2 minutes.
Well, 30 seconds, but that's basically.
Oh, you've been getting, I've been getting 2 minute. What?
You must be watching some good shows. I'm watching the absolute bottom of the barrel.
Where they don't care about the revenue for it.
I'm watching something called Marijuana Minutes.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's definitely one of the bottom of the barrel. Where it didn't take much production cost to make it.
Oh, it's an indie movie.
Oh, okay. So see, that's why.
I'm watching a lot of obscure stuff because you never know, which you might find some gems.
Yeah.
Love dealing with that. Or some unexpected nudity, which is always the best. You're like, hell no. Watching this movie called Mrs. Dalloway. Boring as fuck. And Cersei's in it, Lena Headey.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she's like hanging out with her. It's set like in the right after World War One, I think. So, like oldish. And it's set in England. And it goes back. It shows this woman as an old woman. And then it goes back and shows her as a young woman.
Right.
And as well as all the people that she knew. And because they're the main story at the beginning, or the main story for the older woman is a dinner party for everybody. And then I don't remember what the main story of the flashbacks were because I wasn't really paying attention. I told you, it's one of those long slogs. And at one point, Lena Headey says, like, oh, she's having a sleepover with her friend. And she's like, oh, I forgot my hairbrush or something in the bathroom, right? Like, did you dare me go get it? And she fucking strips butt naked like this. And I'm like, what? Let me go back. So basically, she just dares herself to go get it butt ass naked, her hairbrush, and it's a little dark. You only really see like just one breast real quick and her ass, and then she's running down this long ass hallway. This old lady, a maid in the building, or a maid in the house, comes out of one of the side doors, right? And she's like, "What the fuck?" The butt ass naked girl walking through here. A 22-year-old Lena Headey. That's how old she was. I can't remember. But yeah, stuff like that. You never know. Cool, you catch some teddy. So watch everything.
There might be a random boob somewhere.
Yeah, and it'd be the whole reason to watch the movie again. It was just a random I can guarantee. Well, I know it's a book, right, Mrs. Dalloway.
Yeah.
And I'm a big reader, so I read everything. And so I want to see if that's in the book, or they just like, hey, can we show some titty in this movie? Just to liven it up a little bit.
Or you get the reverse. In the book, it goes into a lot more graphic detail. You can get either way on that.
I guess that's true. It might be like even more graphic. Like the scenes in Stephen King's It.
Yeah.
Where they gangbang at the end.
Yeah.
Good. Jeez, I'm glad they didn't add that to the movie. Lord.
That's one of the funniest things is that I don't care about the politics of Stephen King whatsoever. But every time he says something, it's always funny whenever you see the comment. So what about it? What about the gangbang thing?
Like, hey, man, cocaine's a hell of a drug, all right?
I just find it funny that there's that one thing that you can find from a lot of artists where it's like, so what about that one time?
I want to know why that was, the editor was like, you're right, Stephen King, that's what we need.
I know.
And I'm like, bro, you fucking insane.
Or the question
They're fucking 11 years old.
The question is, though, is that did they even read it at that point? Does that just show that the publisher never read it?
They have to, because they always have to go through like their typos and stuff.
I've
seen a book
who overlooked it.
I don't think
liked it.
I don't think anyone overlooked it. I think that like that's a go right there. It must have been Jared Fogle from Subway. He must have been the editor. He's like, I love that shit. I need more of that.
That was a horrible scene. But it's something that you don't want to see in like an adult writing.
Yeah.
Like it'd be different if a kid wrote it, as like a kid. You're
still wouldn't be. Like, that'd be not something they would even think about.
And no,
I would hope not. They wouldn't write that. Now for the gangbang. I'm 12 years old.
I mean,
what the fuck?
Hey, look, last week in Reddit, we found a 13-year-old that created a butt plug out of Legos.
So we think. We don't know if that's true or not. Could be some 45-year-old man telling us a story.
Could be, but I don't know. May not be.
I was 13. Bullshit. You were 45.
Oh, 40? He was telling what he did last week
Basically, yeah. Retelling it in the frame of a childhood story.
because he's a creep. Yeah, I can see that. That could definitely make some sense.
It's hard to verify life stories because unless you're there, you don't really know.
Yeah, man. Look, you told me a story earlier. It's like, yeah, it wouldn't make.
Oh, you wouldn't be believable, that's for sure.
Exactly.
If you guys wonder what the story was, I'll tell you. Me and my cousin went to go eat at this burger place, right? I had come to his house, and I left my house at his house. I left my car at his house, and we drove in his car and to the burger place. And I'm like, cool, I'm starving. I just got off work, and I was fucking dead hungry. And we're pulling in. I'm like, why are we pulling into the mechanic's place? And he's like, oh, I'm going to drop my car off. And I'm thinking, cool, you drop your car off. Well, when we're done eating, we'll pick it up, right? And he's like, no, I'm going to drop it off overnight. And I almost had a fucking nervous breakdown. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? We are miles away from your house. Why the fuck didn't you say we were going to drop your car off? I could have followed you in mine. He's like, oh yeah, that would have been a good idea. And so we end up leaving this fucking car there because he doesn't want to fucking take it because it's fucking acting up. And so we go eat burgers and then we get out and then we have to leave the car there. And so we call everybody, and his phone was dead and mine was at 3%. And I had an old iPhone 5C. And so it didn't hold the charge for more than 45 seconds. And so it was at 3%. We were calling everybody. We called one cousin, and this was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, right? We called one cousin. He's like, if you guys are still there by 9 or 10, I'll go pick you up. I'm like, 9 or 10? What the fuck are you talking about? And so just the level of stupidity to this day, I was actually angry when we started the podcast, just reminiscing the story. So we ended up getting picked up by his mom like an hour and a half later. Like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, we're just sitting in the fucking, on a bench outside of Walmart.
And to preface this, if anybody knows Oklahoma, this is a Walmart off of Reno Avenue where there are homeless people everywhere. Like an think of like a zombie horde.
The horde?
The horde. So you got lucky.
I didn't get lucky. Well, I had a milkshake that destroyed my asshole too. They were like, you want that milkshake to go? I'm like, hell yeah. And I ate it and my stomach was fucking rolling. The whole situation was dumb as fuck. I'm like, why the fuck didn't you just say so I could have driven behind you. What goes on in people's heads sometimes?
So see, that's why I say there's things that you wouldn't believe that do happen. There's a lot of things that happen that you would never believe.
Yeah, I guess that's true.